What up? How's it going? Hey, Mike and Gus, they forming a little bond. Also, somebody brought up something that was interesting. It was pretty dope. That was the first time we saw Saul Goodman actually conduct what he's known for. And it's not being an officer of the court, it's getting people out of a jam, specifically criminals, right? And so he made that cool 700. And you see how happy that dude was? Yo, you got me out of this and I get to keep ours? So that was dope for that to be the first time, right? Because it could have been, we finally get to him and he decides to be a lawyer and under the Saul name, and then no. For that to be the first time, that was cool, right? Because he's not straight up a lawyer yet. In fact, he's suspended. But he's a lawyer, but that's not what we know him as. We know him as a fixer and a guy who could get a guy, who knows a guy, right? Dope. Let's go ahead and get this episode started.
After I made these, I looked down and I thought, wow, that looks just like your Felix. Thought with that settlement money, you might have moved somewhere swankier.
That's still years away.
I mean, these legal notices, no one really understands them. You know, I've got a law degree. Sometimes I can't even, You haven't, accepted this?
Erin says we should wait.
You are the legal stand-in for your friends and neighbors.
I don't know about all that, Jimmy. I just leave it all to the professionals.
See what he's doing here.
You really should talk to Erin. She knows all the ins and outs.
17.4 total. 33% is the common fund, so on 1/15, 15 into 17, 1,160,000. 1,160,000.
Pay him what he owed. He brought y'all this. He started this whole class action pursuit.
HR sent up your start paperwork. I-9, W-2, pretty standard. Could I have your driver's license and social security card?
Why?
My assistant needs to make a copy. You'll receive a paycheck from Madrigal in the amount of $10,000 per week. I believe at that rate, your employment should be paid out in about 20 weeks. Mr. Fring has arranged to cover FICA, Social Security, the entirety of the tax burden. Good. So to that end, I have you down as a logistics consultant.
What is that?
You.
It's a person who consults in logistics.
Security consultant would be better. I used to be a cop. You take my money. You run it through this joint and it comes out clean. That it?
Yes.
I'm concerned about what happens if you put my real name in your books. Your Madrigal is a German company. One thing I know about Germans is they love a good audit.
Your money. It's a rounding error. If the IRS or anyone else looks, you're a contractor for a multinational corporation with 114,000 employees worldwide. This is the first time I've done this. For anyone. I don't know what you do, but Mr. Frank must think you're quite good at it.
Goddamn head of security.
What?
This is a very nice office.
Thank you.
What?
Seem to be risking a lot for a drug dealer.
If that's all you think he is. Then you don't know Gustavo Frank.
You're proposing to double our premiums on every one of our practicing attorneys.
That's crazy.
You know, this is abrupt. New issues have come to light.
After 25 years of paying full premiums, I can count on one hand the number of our claims.
This is an underwriting decision, that's all. You shouldn't take it personally.
No, they should.
In some special circumstances, we have been known
25
to extend
years.
a rider. The few times we've done this, it's been for clients with a high probability of catastrophic health failure as a precaution.
What you're saying is that for any case Charles takes on, another partner would be tied up as well, and we don't bill a penny more?
This is ludicrous. What will happen is very simple. You're going to do right by us, or we will compel you to do so.
What do you mean
God
by
damn.
compel?
You know exactly what I mean.
If you're threatening litigation, I'm afraid this meeting is over.
Then it's over.
Yo, Chuck is on one heavy right now. He said, you know exactly what it means. If you're threatening litigation, then this meeting is over. Then it's over.
I'm sorry I don't have The code section's at my fingertips just now. Let's pull
Oh,
a team
no.
of associates.
It's
get
falling
them looking
apart.
at every angle.
Chuck, do you remember Al McConnell? I was talking to him, and he mentioned he'd love you to come speak to his 1Ls.
Oh.
Maybe make it a regular thing, if you want.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about, Howard?
Maybe it's time to hang up your spurs.
Oh, shit.
Become partner emeritus. Leave your name on the firm, but focus on your legacy. You always said you wanted to work on the Commerce Clause.
Respectfully, Chuck, we need you the fuck up out of here. You're ruining things. Get the fuck out.
You always said you wanted to work on the Commerce Clause. You can write the book on it.
And no longer be a practicing lawyer.
I mean, you haven't been for a minute.
That day is far in the future, Howard, and I don't appreciate the suggestion.
What if it's not a suggestion?
Meaning?
Meaning if enough people tell you that you're drunk, maybe it's time to sit down.
You want me to retire over this? The insurance?
It's not just the insurance. That's the straw that broke the camel's
Well,
back.
you ain't been here for mad long. Chuck, come on now,
So
Chuck.
this is about my condition.
It's deeper than the condition. It's dependability.
See? I'm better. Howard, I'm fine.
This is not what fine looks like. Chuck, you are the best legal mind I've ever known, hands down. But your decision-making has become unpredictable. I can't be partners with someone whose judgment I don't trust.
You said on the phone you have a solution.
You don't negotiate a lease with the rights holders. You offer to pay them damages for diminishing their resource. A significant fraction of the value of the New Mexico portion, but without paying for the rights themselves. If someone came to me with this offer, I'd sure as hell take it.
The way they're making noise, if I don't get this thing wrapped up by the end of the quarter, I'm pretty sure the tax boys are gonna take me apart.
And that's 2 weeks from now. I can do it by then.
She putting a lot of pressure and stress on herself, and you can see it. It's one thing if she has the backing of a full firm. She has people working for her. Like, she brings this information back. She could delegate. But it's like, no, she's literally the one doing it. And you can see it all over her face the whole time. Meanwhile, everybody's amazed that she's able to do it, you know? She's a doer, a thinker, a mover and a shaker. Like, she immediately got on it. She was like, what could I get to put up under this motherfucking wheel? This is sort of a symbol for what she's going through. Just period when it comes to her work. No, 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 no. She's avoiding disaster. She's a fixer, but she's all alone. She's all alone.
What are you doing here, Jimmy?
We have business to discuss.
Not that it's any of your business, but we project a final number far higher than the current offer.
I get it. You hold out, maybe you squeeze $1,000 more for each client. Meanwhile, HHM nets a few million. You know, you're screwing the clients for your own benefit.
So now you're worried about the clients.
It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
Please. It's like talking to Gollum. You're transparent and pathetic. You want a handout?
Oh.
Here.
He don't fuck with this family at all no more. He tired of you motherfuckers.
Next time, why don't you bring a tin cup?
Oh.
Be more honest.
Hey.
And if we don't, what are you gonna do? Peel off some members of the class? Leak some insider info to Schweikert? Oh, I doubt it. I know you're low enough to do something like that, but you're too damn greedy. You'll get your damn money. You're just gonna have to wait for it.
Shout out to Hamlin. He's had enough. You two motherfuckers are running that man wild. There's a lot of people I could go back and forth with and like disagree and all that. When it comes to this situation, I'm trying to find where Hamlin is wrong. He's like, boy, if you don't get the fuck out my face, you and this motherfucker about to ruin his whole company. Him and Chuck. He don't fuck with the McGills no more. He be done strip that name off that motherfucker. I know he can't do that.
Tuve una conversación con nuestro amigo en la piscina. Está muy contento con nuestro progreso. Piensa que nuestro método de transporte consolidado está funcionando. De hecho, funciona tan bien que nuestro amigo dice que este será el único método de hoy en adelante. Todo se mueve a través del chileno.
Imagine how that is for Hector. Somebody who meant nothing so much he could just kill his mans right in front of him. Bah. And now this man has worked his way up to where it's almost like his shit don't stink. Like everything he do, our friend by the pool, we know who that is, Don Eladio, everything that the Chilean does seems to be working out.
Don Héctor, yo nunca pedí esto. No lo quiero.
I'm just Uh-oh. I didn't want any of this. I'm just nice like that. Passive-aggressive horseshit. That's hilarious.
A la chingada con Eladio, con Bolsa y contigo.
Well, hey, I got the cure right here. Pow.
Ew.
These have special gel and resistance coils and a bunch of stuff. It's like walking on pillows. What size are you?
This motherfucker bought every size just in case. He an asshole, yo.
There is one thing you could do for me.
What's that?
Don't tell the other folks I gave them to you. I don't want to look like I'm playing favorites. You got some questions. It's only natural. And the truth is, if Irene settles, you'd get some money. I don't want to speak out of school, but it's, when you see someone buying nice new things.
Like those shoes.
Like those shoes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, those must have cost a pretty penny. You know, the lawyers? I mean, that's the lawyer's share of the settlement. And your share is this much. If Irene holds out, the lawyers get this much more. And you are gonna get this much more.
Yoo-hoo! Rose!
They icing her out.
Ladies!
They said,
Un hombre va a venir a tu taller muy pronto. Un hombre muy malo. Héctor Salamanca. He estado trabajando para ellos de nuevo. Haz lo que dice y esto terminará por unas pocas semanas.
¿Cómo puedo creer lo que me dices?
You've been lying to him this whole time.
Prométeme que no harás nada estúpido.
Vete de mi casa.
Here's what I need you to do. Call around. Find someplace special for the retirement party. Something classy, old school. La Posada, maybe.
That's how much he trusts and respects Chuck. He thought Chuck would do the right thing here. Okay, what does the letter actually say?
God damn it, Chuck.
Chuck is litigation, huh? Litigation.
You're suing Hamlin?
Yeah.
Come on in, Howard.
He's suing the fuck out of y'all.
Your father was working in a 2-room office when I joined him. And you, I tutored for the bar exam. You're not kicking me out. If you can't trust my judgment, as you say, so be it. But you're gonna have to pay me for my share. I believe it comes to around $8 million. We both know the firm doesn't have the money.
The damage that you're going to do.
If you'd like to discuss this further, we can in court.
If I'm Hamlin, I'm like, I hate you, McGill motherfuckers. I can't stand you niggas. Yo, if I was Hamlin, I'd be in my car calling them McGill motherfuckers all sorts of bitch. And he was trying to play tough. Oh, shit. This man is working some shit.
We got I-29. I remember when I was 29. I bet you do too. I-29.
Yo, see, that's the thing about Jimmy, man. He be destroying everything in his way. See, when we see Saul, we see him as the fixer. On here, to watch Jimmy just keep fucking up. Like, look at this old lady. I'm heartbroken for this old lady. This all she has to live for is these other old ladies. Now these old bitches turn on her. I'd be flipping if I was her too. Bitch, I'm the one who started this shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, 67.
I think bingo!
Who is that? Kelly, let's take a look. Kelly has to check your
Boy,
card.
they hating.
Here she comes.
No one happy for her.
Give it up for the big winner, Irene Landry. Fastest bingo of the night. Come on, let's hear it for Irene.
Whoever coughed in had to do that shit.
Irene.
You're so cruel, and I don't even know why.
I think, maybe I do.
He knows. He knows.
Could it be the
Irene.
settlement?
Could it?
Maybe they
Could it be that?
want the money, you know, to
Hey,
improve
fuck
their
you, Jimmy.
lives?
No one said anything to me.
Well, maybe it's not about the money itself. I mean, hello.
That boy had to put the pressure on her.
More money.
I wish we never even started this lawsuit. I just want everything to go back the way it was. What would you do?
I mean, you know I'm not a lawyer right now.
Should I settle?
You scumbag bitch. I'm sorry, but you gotta respect the scumbaggery. But it is some scumbag shit. It's fucking hilarious. You try to get that money.
You listen to your heart.
Sandpiper is settling.
What?
Yeah?
For a bundle.
Well,
Yeah, that's great then.
yeah. So, hey, let's celebrate. I can tell that you pulled another all-nighter here.
Cool, son.
you know?
She doing work right now.
You gotta stop
Like,
and
hold
smell
on.
the roses.
I'm happy for you, Jimmy.
Be happy for us. This is the solution to everything.
Okay, Frances, could you just put these all in
Kim.
the car? I'm leaving now. I'll be back in a few hours. Think of all the things you want to say to me and just say them to me later, okay?
Right, like what? This is not even like you got time. Well, that's why this is weird to me. It's like, dog. Hey, Ernesto, if I'm Kim, I'd be like, Ernesto, you want to help me with some shit? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Ernesto would help her out, right? I don't know. It's just a character they threw away, it seems, at this point. But it's like, I feel like Ernesto could have helped in some ways.
We believe this offer is more than fair.
I knew it was coming, and it still caught me off guard. They did that so well. I knew it was coming. I didn't want to say anything about it because she's acting this real well. I've seen that look. Never had this happen, but I've been stopped at a green light going over shit in my head. Like, oh, fuck. First, let me start by saying don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure to hit the notification bell. Shout out to all the new viewers. Shout out to all the subscribers. And I have a Patreon, full-length early reactions to things like this. If you'd like to, check it out. I knew that was coming, and the way it was done, it was like, it still caught me. I was like, oh, but I knew it was coming. It's something I didn't want to talk about, but I was like, yo, the look in her eyes is that zone out look. And I've gone through that. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have gone through that. Anybody who's, because you're thinking and you're going over it in your head and your brain power just goes someplace else. And you don't think about how much you're, let's put it this way. Never got off all the way on, like, off the road, but I hit them grrr. You know what I mean? I hit that grrr on the side of the road, boy. And them shits have saved me a lot. Because I'll just be thinking, and there's a turn happening, and you still going straight. Because you're going through the motions, but your brain is forgetting, basic things. As I said, I've stopped at a light that at no point was red, and people were just behind me. What the fuck? Like I talked about it early in the episode, you can see it all over her face. She's acting this well. Here's what I like about this character, right? From the beginning, once again, I'm going to say this. Didn't know what to expect from her. She was such a departure from every other character that we had seen on Breaking Bad. It's like when you first see her, it's just I don't really have a feeling about her, right? Like early on, it's just because you don't really get it. I just edited that first and second episode, and the one thing you got early on was, oh, she's a good friend. But little by little, we get closer and closer because they're getting closer than even they were before. You get a little bit of their past. You see what's going on with her. And the thing I could say about Kim the most, I just want her to be able to do her job and just live and be regular and be successful. And it's not even a thing where I'm like cheering her on. It's just, yo, just leave her alone. And I'm not talking about Jimmy at this point when I say just leave her alone. I'm just talking about the situations. I just wish she didn't have to go through shit. Because she doing everything right. Like, I'm trying to think back. Yeah, she do that shit with Jimmy and they be like, I don't want to do it no more. Okay. And yeah, she's took on more onto her plate than she should. But even still, it was hard to watch. Like, yeah, she shouldn't have took that much on her plate. I just wonder where the fuck is Ernesto? Because I just feel like in some way he could have helped. In some way. And he would be willing to. He'd be like, sure, yeah, I'll do it. You'd be like, I can't pay you right now. He'd be like, you know what? You're a good friend. Like, I feel like so I felt bad, man. And as I said, the way they did it, where it was just like, go. The way it happened, the way they did it is how it takes place. You don't know you're focused. You're looking. You're doing you, and then you're grrr, or stuff is happening around you, and you're like, "Oh shit!" And I'm just like, man. And the thing about her, the reason it plays well with her as a character is she's sort of even keel, right? And so her acting is so good in that she's even keel, but you can see it on her face when things are worrying her. But at that moment, this is how subtle it was. You saw her very invested in what she was saying, and then you saw the zone out. But it was just, all it was her just being herself. But the thing is, based off what we had saw this episode and up until this episode, we knew she was out of it, man. But this how much of a beast she is. As I said, that was so symbolic and dope what they did with the car. That's who she is. Things will be going bad. She just look around, grab that piece of wood, did it, but it caused some more shit, right? And then she hurry up, got it. By the skin of her teeth, as they say. And it's like, yeah, that's how she is, and that's how things are going in her life. Like, by the skin of her teeth, she's getting it done. But eventually, some shit's gonna happen. And it finally did. And like, it's one thing, you're like, oh, she fucked up. You see the paperwork inside. And then as it backs out, because you sort of worried about her, you realize, oh, all the paperwork. Because papers is flying everywhere. You're like, oh, she was good. And that person was counting on this. He was counting on that. And it's like, damn. And it's already a thing of people are already looking at her a certain way. You know. Now, let's go back to Jimmy. I want to start at the end with Jimmy, though, in the episode. Y'all notice we know who he is. In fact, it was more funny to me what he did. But I can see what's happening. Once again, as Chuck has said, Jimmy is not doing anything with any animosity. He's not doing anything to cause harm. He actually is trying to help. But oftentimes, it sort of fucks other people. And my man, in the simplest way, he just wanted to celebrate. Facts. Okay, understand that. You see her working. You're not a child, dog. You see her working, and you see her worked up. And it never crosses his mind to say, yo, can I help you in any way? Can I help? Not even ask that. Just be like, hey, I'll help you with that. Take it out to your car. Some shit like that. Because he was so excited about what he had going on. Take that back to where it goes. He was trying to get that money. We know why he was trying to get that money. He went, talked to the chick, realized how much money he was due. We already understood. So when he goes and speaks to Hamlin, I really want to be on Jimmy's side. But when Hamlin calls him out, it's like, yeah, y'all both trying to get money. Jimmy, don't try to act like you not trying to get money. Don't try to hustle me. Right? But in a Jimmy ass way, he was like, oh, that's right. I'm not going to hustle you. Can't hustle a hustler. Let me go hustle these old bitches. Let me go hustle these old bitches, Hamlin. Thank you. Thank you for putting me on game. And he did what he was doing. It was fucked up, but it was hilarious because they turned their back on her. They was doing the speed walking around the mall, and they sped up on her, and it looked like they was going slower. It's just, that was funny how they did that, right? The whole thing with the shoot, like a perfect plan. And so he got the money. And once again, we saw that tequila. I'm like, you have to respect that and find it reprehensible at the same time. But somehow that makes me respect it more. That he got me respecting some reprehensible shit. Howard Hamlin, yo, he's done with the McGills. Yo, he is listen, Jimmy, get off the premises. We not fucking with you. Chuck, we also need your ass off the premises. We not fucking with you. Now, Chuck is feeling himself. He's dealing with the electricity a little bit. It still fucks with him, right? Like when he held up and he was like, "I'm fixed," and Hamlin said what he said, and he put it down. Or when Hamlin comes to the house and he's like, "You turn the lights on?" He's like, "I told you I'm fixed," and he's doing everything, and then he leaves and he's like, wine, black pot, he's black burner, like he's doing all the blue pot, black burners, shit like that, and Hamlin's correct. But I also understand how Chuck could feel that way. I started this. This is the thanks I get. But the thing is, Chuck, they cannot pay for Chuck to say $8 million, and I know you guys can't afford it. While then understanding that, dog, they can't afford to be wrapped up in litigation with this insurance company and then have to go and find some other insurance company that is going to insure them for the same rate, probably higher, because they haven't been with them for 25 years. Okay? So Chuck is he's lashing out, but hey, man, he got to understand, he's being a child here. And that's one thing I would say. For as much as Chuck sort of lords over Jimmy and does all this, he's been shown to be a child also. And this right here that he's pulling his child is just like, even if you're retired, he found a way for you to make money. And it's like, dog, you wasn't doing shit this whole time anyway. You was locked up and cooped up in this fucking house. Don't make it seem like you was helping us, motherfucker. Like Howard could have flung all sorts of obscenities at him, but I'd have had no problem with it. Hey, another dope episode. I fuck with this, as y'all can tell. All 3 episodes I watched today. I watched Peaky Blinders. That episode was fire. The Black Hand has arrived. I watched The Sopranos. That was fire. Uncle Junior is tight. And then I watched this episode. Kim, this is dope. Next episode.